Do women have a place working in men's sports, commentating, punditry, etc.? Let's talk about it. This conversation has been restarted because of a post from Stella Mills, who does fantastic work as a sports broadcaster, and what she has highlighted is some feedback from viewers that suggests that women cannot be taken seriously when they are commentating, doing punditry, presenting, all of the above on the men's game. So let's just flip this conversation so that we're seeing it from all sides here. Let's imagine for a second that any one of the many male pundits and presenters on any women's sport were accused of not being able to do their job because of their gender, because they don't have an understanding, a gender-based understanding of the sport, whatever that sport is. You will never hear that happen. You will never hear, for example, someone tweeting, "I can't believe X male presenter is commentating on this women's game of rugby. They don't understand what it's like to be in the middle of your period and have to play a game." That would never happen. There is not a world in which that comment would ever be made. Let's look at the other side of the argument. Let's be as balanced as possible here, because I can tell you three things for sure about women pundits, presenters, commentators. Factor number one, any female presenter that you see, commentator, pundit, working on, I believe, any game, but in particular on any men's game / sporting event, has researched until they're cross-eyed. I can tell you right now that they feel pressure to be more prepared than any of their co-workers, and certainly they feel obligated to be prepared for any possible scenario that might occur. With the gender filter applied to them, God forbid they mispronounce a name, or God forbid they don't quite keep up with a line of analysis that a fellow pundit is taking, because they will be called out for it immediately, and they just can't afford to have that happen. Factor number two, these women have signed an unwritten agreement by taking this job that they are going to be judged based on their gender and not based on their actual performance, regardless. Not by everyone, but by a very large percentage of the viewing population, and particularly keyboard warriors and trolls on social media. It's going to happen. It's going to happen at a small scale, and it's going to happen even more at a large scale. In order to work in a sport, in an area, in an industry, in a role they are passionate about, they've had to just agree to just take it and deal with it. Number three, these women are, in some cases, previous players, sports people, and that will never be good enough for some people. It doesn't matter that Naomi Schiff has been a motor racing driver and that the vast majority of the people who are watching her coverage on Sky Sports F1 have not. They will still say that she is not well informed enough, that her opinions are bad, that she's too focused on her outfit and not on what's going on the track. These are opinions that she will see, and it doesn't matter that she is on a higher level of expertise than any of these people. That is what she will receive as feedback. Again, not from everyone, but the point here is it's going to happen because of her gender. I lied. There aren't three factors. There are four. I've just thought of another one. Any female that you see leading a sporting panel of a male sporting event has to somehow strike this balance of being nice, but also spicy. So you have to be nice and respectful to everyone so that you're not threatening, but you also have to be spicy enough to challenge them but you will get trashed for it. Make it make sense. Something that I think it's really important to point out here is that you'll never really see male pundits talking down to female pundits or commentators. It just doesn't come from within the industry because they have an actual level of respect for these women. It is from people on social media. A simple takeaway for people here is to just use that as your example. Those folks don't care what gender that person is. All they care about is that they have a well-informed opinion and that they're decent at expressing it. That is all that they care about because that is what is required to do the job. Some really good examples of this just off the top of my head are Sarah Elgin and Kelly Cates. These women are more than capable of holding their own, and yet you will constantly see them judged for their appearance. These things are not applied to their co-workers. Like, for example, in Sarah's case, it's not applied to any of the Welsh rugby players who are on panels with her, and they don't apply that filter to her either. And for Kelly Cates, you don't see Gary Neville or Roy Keane calling her out for any of those things because, as I said in my earlier point, they wouldn't. They don't think like that. So why do other people? In conclusion, huge respect to all the female reporters, writers, pundits, commentators, panel members, on pitch side reporters. If you are a female working in sports, particularly a female working in male sporting events, you're doing a great job and you are taking up a space that is vitally important. You're setting an incredible example for others to follow by. And please don't give up just because people say that you should.